take 3. This is going to be a continuation of the Getting Weird video that I put out previously, where I was intentionally trying to explain that the only way that you can find your voice, and that I'm trying to find my voice, and this again, like I say the only way, but this is the way I believe this is going to be the most effective, is to go out and do weird things. So, where am I today? I am in English countryside. I am talking to you from a DJI Mini Mic 2 with a camcorder from 2011 that doesn't expose correctly, especially when I move around the frame, attached to a piece of my Dyson vacuum. Why? Because I like the idea of having a microphone and pointing it at things. I don't know whether that sounded any good. My camera is being accosted by a wasp currently. Fuck off. Anyway. Okay, so the continuation basically is to say, like, this is unusual for me. This is actually the 3rd take. I wasn't joking when I said take 3. This is actually take 3 of this video. I think I'm probably going to have more footage than I've ever had for a video before to have to sift through, which I'm not particularly looking forward to. And yet this is an unusual setting for me. This is a space that I enjoy, generally, like this particular area of the English countryside. But to do this particular thing is very weird. The voice that I'm using right now is the voice that I use when I'm trying to present something. And that you can tell this is the tone I'm going for because actual real kind of microphone. And hopefully that didn't mess the audio up, but we'll find out. But I'm trying really hard just to be myself. I'm not really trying to put on that particular voice. It just comes out in this particular setting. And like, for example, this is not even really like my aesthetic. My aesthetic is a lot more gothic than this. It's a lot more metal. It's a lot more dark shadows and tungsten lights and red, color filters on everything instead of black and white. This is not really my aesthetic, but the point of doing this is not specifically to try and hone in on the final product. What I'm trying to do right now is desensitize myself to being out in public and filming things and recording things and setting up the microphone and setting up the camera, which is stood on a tripod, and having an idea that I want to talk about. And then it's also generally exposing my voice to the world in a way that I'm not used to doing. I'm very used to trying to present this very polished persona. I'm used to presenting a business persona. I'm used to presenting this idea that I know more than you do, which is why you're hiring me. And I can see a fire in the distance. I'm sure they have it under control. And the difference, I think, between this video and the previous video is that I'm intentionally trying to present an idea. I'm intentionally trying to show that, yeah, I'm actually probably out of frame at this point, which I can't tell because I can't see the screen. Like, this is odd. Like, this is a badly cropped t-shirt that has shrunk in the wash. These are shorts that I wasn't really expecting to wear today because I only washed them this morning. I wasn't expecting them to be dry. But the scene itself, I quite like. And I sat on this a minute ago and it nearly snapped. So hopefully it won't snap. I feel like if I put all my weight on this, it's going to snap. And I could probably cut to a variety of different compositions and showcase my talents in editing and all this type of stuff. But that's not the point. The point of these videos is purely to show me and you that you can do something that is odd and unusual for you in a stepping stone manner to get to the thing that you actually are trying to achieve. The point being is that I'm trying to get my voice to come through and reconnect with that creative side of myself that I've previously mentioned that I feel like I've lost. And the only way I can do that is by doing strange things. And this is strange, yeah? Me recording videos in my bathroom, which I put up on TikTok, is strange. Some of the other stuff I've recorded, I made an edit in a short form piece of content for showcasing some of my photos. And I have no idea how that's going to be received because I've not posted anything like that before. I've posted my photos, but on my personal account, I've never really posted them anywhere else. I've got no idea how this is going to be received either. And frankly, I don't particularly care. It's nice to know if, the feedback is good. The feedback from the previous video was nice, so I appreciate that. But I'm also fully aware that this process that I'm going through right now is not intended for the education or entertainment of you watching this. Like, that's not why I turned the camera on. The reason I turned the camera on is to feel like I can just be myself. And I know that I'm not 100% doing that right now because I get locked into this presentation type mode. Yeah, I get locked into this presentation mode where I feel like I have to present an idea articulately, Is that even a word? Is articulately a word? No, in an articulate manner. And I'm clearly playing some kind of character right now, which is okay. It's not ideal. It's not my ideal scenario, because there are many things I want to talk about where you're not going to get this particular voice. You're going to get the voice of someone who's going to basically scream at you down the microphone. And that's okay. It's not great that I'm kind of flip-flopping around between these, and you're hearing this obviously in real time. But I also know that this is part of the process. And part of the process is being willing to do strange things. And I probably look horrendous walking around right now because I keep looking around to try and find potholes that I might fall into, or piles of cow dung that I might step into. The tricky part, though, is overcoming the expectation that someone else is watching you and going to be picking it apart. Whether it's... And picking it apart. Like, this is the thing, okay? That's not actually how I talk. Like, that's just not how I talk at all. Which is why frankly, this is pissing me off so much, is that I've had this idea and I've come out here today to try and, like, put together something that feels like me. And I don't think I'm fully achieving that. Like, this composition's very me. The being outside in the countryside, being in the outdoors is very me. But I don't know if this is the aesthetic that I'm actually trying to go for, nor do I really understand whether this is the voice I want to be using. And it's so tricky. Like, this is the tricky part. Like, you just saw that in real time. No, that was not this is not like a character intention. Like, I'm not scripted. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not scripted. I've been doing this for nearly an hour. This is at least the third videotape. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to mimic things. I mean, it's so tricky as well, because obviously we engage with the world and we absorb content and we get ideas, and your initial creative ideas are just going to be like literally 10% tweaking someone else's idea, which I know that I'm doing right now based on the content that I've watched in the last week. But to be able to show you this in real time, to caught myself in this trap. Like, it's like I've stuck my own foot in the bear trap, shotgunned it, and then gone, how did that happen? So this is very me. Like, the scene, very me. Editing, pacing, talking, walking around, very me. This is how I take all my phone calls. It's just pacing around my office. Aesthetically, though, maybe not quite there. The first half of this video being something around the idea of trying to articulate a specific idea. Like, that is me. Like, I can do that really well. But to have immediately mimicked a character, either of myself that I've had in a previous life or other content that I've seen, that's just not very me. I'm glad that you got to see that in real time, because it's going to be hilarious to watch this back. It's going to be hilarious to watch this back and then post this, because I've committed to posting this. I could say that I hate myself right now. That would be a very easy option. Or just not post the video. I could just be like, fuck it. But I'm going to post this. And the reason I'm going to post this, and the reason I don't hate myself, just to be clear, is because I'm intentionally doing this to try and find the middle ground between what I think is my voice and what is some character that I'm putting on for the camera. Ideally, we find that middle ground pretty soon, but the only way I'm going to find it is by doing shit like this. Like, I've toned down the swearing a little bit for the camera because, like, I know different platforms don't like it, but I swear a lot. And I have these moments where I'll go through a very mellow, calm explanation, which I would call like my mechanic brain. And then I go through the much more interactive, hyperactive creator side of my brain, which is going to be the one screaming at you for doing something that I think is insane, or if there's an idea or something that we do in society that I think is insane, that's when that voice will come out. Hopefully you can good God, what a word is amazing. Hopefully you can see from this video that by doing things weird, by picking something that's intentionally unusual, like I chose this spot. I thought about this spot before I even left the house. I came here, I set up the camera, and I went, this is what we're doing. And I know this is ridiculous, but if I don't do these things, I'm not going to be able to figure out where the extremes are. I'm not going to be able to figure out, like, actually, what do I enjoy doing? Do I enjoy doing this right now? I think I enjoy this. I think maybe I'd enjoy it more if I did that instead, rather than walking around with it. Okay, we're going to ditch that. Walking around with this, but then I feel like I'm holding like a little, something very delicate. And doing this in real time is the point. As much as I am very uncomfortable right now to have caught myself in this trap, I'm actually going to put it back on the nozzle. That was, I definitely don't prefer it in my hand. I definitely prefer this. It's more like a microphone. This unpolished, raw, unfiltered side is the bit I'm trying to get to. But it just doesn't come through yet. And it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. Nearly fell over. It's extremely frustrating to reach the age that I am and go, if someone puts a camera on me, I have a different character come out, rather than just being myself. And obviously we have different things for different places. I mean, there's a video I was watching earlier this week about how, you know, you have a different persona for different scenarios, like when you're talking to your grandma, or you're trying to do a business transaction, or you're getting your car repaired and the mechanic is lying to you. So you have all these different scenarios and different styles of engaging with the world, but mine have been so refined for so long in a particular direction that I'm struggling to even differentiate between who I am sometimes and the performative version that comes on the second a camera appears. I think I'm going to wrap here because I've reached the point where I think I've told you everything I wanted to in this video. Like, this is a continuation of this idea of getting weird to get what you want, to access the true voice that you have. You don't see people going through this process. And it's also because a lot of these people don't need to go through this process because they've never had a reason to hide who they truly are, or feel like they have to hide who they truly are in pursuit of something that they think is valuable at the time. A lot of people do not have this switch. Yeah, they don't have the ability or the capacity to develop these personas to present them in a particular fashion. They are wholly themselves no matter what. So I think this has been a good exploration of that idea today. And you will see this video because I've made the commitment to posting it before I've even recorded it. I'm just excited to see how I respond to this in 6 months' time. All right, see you later.